When you leave a narcissist, they secretly wish the worst for you and silently ask God to destroy you, your health, and stability. Why? Because in their mind, you are the one who got away, and they truly believe that they are the ones who have been victimized and traumatized by your behavior. Your decision to leave feels like betrayal to them, and betrayal is something they simply cannot tolerate. It's a stab in the heart. They twist reality so deeply that your healthy choice to leave feels like a direct attack on their existence. And so, in their distorted perspective, they beg God with tears, pleading for the harshest punishments to fall upon you as revenge for their perceived suffering. Hi, I am Danish, a narcissistic abuse recovery professional. Welcome to my channel. The topic for this episode is 5 things a narcissist will beg God for when you walk away. Number 1, God, destroy them, break their pride, make them crawl back, beg for my loves just so I can abandon them one more time. The first thing a narcissist desperately begs God for is your complete and utter destruction. They do not just want to see you gone from their life, they want to see everything you build without them collapse. They imagine you losing your home, your job, your support, your peace, and your dignity because they feel you have harmed them. They can't accept that you escaped them. In their world, leaving equals betrayal, and betrayal deserves harsh punishment. They believe that by choosing to walk away, you have insulted their worth and exposed their weaknesses. Your ability to thrive without them makes them feel small, unwanted, and irrelevant. So they beg God to bring you down in ways only they feel justified in asking for. They want you to suffer in ways they cannot publicly admit. They want your friendships to break, your career to stall, your joy to fade. They hope that if you are stripped of everything you created in your healing, you will come crawling back. Of course, not out of love, but for survival. And when you do, they fantasize about standing over you with coldness, the same coldness they always hid behind the charm, the fake niceness. Your downfall is not just a desire for revenge. It is a desperate attempt to repair the injury your escape caused their ego. They can't handle the proof that you were never the weak one. So they beg the divine to make it look like you failed without them, even if the truth is the opposite. Number 2, God, curse them with the worst of the worst illnesses. Make their body a reflection of the pain they cause me. It may sound shocking, but this is the secret space where their jealousy, animosity, and rage spill into something almost ritualistic. When you leave them, you need to know you're not just walking out of a relationship. You're walking out of their fantasy, shared fantasy, and that fantasy is built on the idea that they own you, your body, mind, your emotions. When you take back yourself, your body, when you sleep better, glow brighter, or even just start taking care of yourself, bothers them, it enrages them. They see your health improving as proof that they were the sickness all along, and that is a truth they cannot bear. So what do? They ask God to bring illness into your life, not out of any real belief in justice, but as a way to level the playing field. If they're suffering, you should be too. They want your body to mirror the helplessness they feel inside, but never show. They imagine you fatigued, energy drained, your body breaking down slowly, and they hope it humbles you back into the role they assigned you, the dependent one, the weak one, and the one that needs saving. They cannot stand the idea of you glowing in your freedom, so they beg the divine to dim your light from the inside out. And the craziest part is they truly believe they're justified in asking for it. The third thing a narcissist silently begs God for is your financial downfall. Financial independence terrifies them, not only because it means you no longer need them, but also because it's one of the strongest ways you reclaim your identity. Money to a narcissist is power. It is how they reward, punish, control, and manipulate. If you are able to survive and worse, thrive without them, it cuts right through that sense of superiority. It proves they were never your provider, which is what they like to believe, never your savior or your source. So in their bitter moments, they pray for your success to stall. They hope your bank accounts empty, your plans fall apart, dreams are delayed. They want you to struggle to pay rent. They want you to question your decisions, to feel ashamed about needing help. They imagine you stuck in scarcity, barely getting by, and they find comfort in that image because in their eyes, that would make you more controllable. That would bring you back down to the version of you they could dominate. And most of all, they want others to see you struggling too, because they want the world to believe you are doing better with them. They want people to say, oh, he or she was more stable when they were together. That false narrative feeds their ego and masks their abuse. So they beg God, not with humility but with spite, to remove the very tools that are helping you rebuild. It is not your money they want to see gone. It is your freedom. Number 4, they beg God to punish you for leaving your spouse or for walking away from your parents, especially if you divorced them or created distance to protect your mental health. This is where the narcissist delusion takes a religious turn. They use God as a weapon, don't they? Hiding their bitterness behind moral language. In their mind, they're more than angry. They believe they're spiritually justified in asking for your utter destruction. Because to them, you didn't make a hard choice to survive. You committed a grave sin. They cling to the idea that divorce is evil, that walking away from a parent is rebellion, that loyalty means tolerating abuse. They ignore the pain. They ignore the trauma, the isolation you endured. Instead, they paint themselves as victims of your disloyalty, as with everything else. They say things like, God hates divorce, or honor your parents. Not because they live by those values. They do it. Why? Well, those words make their revenge look righteous. They do not pray for your healing ever. They pray for your punishment. They want God to make an example out of you, to rain down shame and suffering so you learn your lesson that walking away from them was the ultimate offense. In their eyes, you're not a survivor, you're a traitor, and traitors deserve wrath. So they ask God to bring that wrath, cloaked in morality, driven by ego. How do I know this? Well, my mother exactly wanted and still wants this for me. Finally, and perhaps most disturbingly, a narcissist begs God to invade your dreams. They want to seep into your subconscious mind, showing up when your defenses are lowest. They do not want to be remembered fondly. They want to be remembered painfully. Their deepest insecurity is being erased from your heart, mind, and your life. So they beg God, not for love or reunion, but for haunting nights. They want your dreams to confuse you. They want you to wake up with a heaviness sitting on your chest and question whether you have truly healed or not. If they cannot be in your life physically, they want access to you spiritually, as I've talked about this before. They want access to you through memories, symbols, flashbacks, and sudden waves of grief. To them, being the villain in your subconscious is better than being forgotten entirely. They hope you see their face at night and wake up doubting your strength. They pray you hear their voice in your sleep and carry the ache into your day. Even in your healing, they want to be a bruise you keep touching. And if you ever speak about these dreams, these intrusions, they will call it a sign that you're still obsessed. But they know the truth. They prayed for this. They manifested this. This is their demonic energy. Any emotional disturbance, even one that comes from your sleep, is a win in their book. It means they still live in you, even if you no longer want them there. In conclusion, narcissists ask God for these harsh punishments because they are incapable of accepting accountability. Your choice to leave challenges their self-image, and more than that, it forces them to confront truths they are unwilling to face. By begging for your downfall, illness, financial ruin, moral judgment, and emotional torment, they attempt to regain the power and control they feel slipping away. Your independence is their greatest fear. and your peace the biggest enemy. So that's why you should keep healing, and the goal should be to ultimately thrive. With that, let's bring this episode to an end. Thank you so much for listening and watching. I will talk to you in the next one. Until then, as always, let the healing begin and continue.